Okay, little buddy, you need to, you're gonna need to go to a better place, all right? It's all right, let's be okay. Yeah, it's not a red tail, and it's not a red-shouldered hawk. Could be a red-shouldered hawk. So we make our living rescuing people from wild animals, like squirrels in the attic, bats in the house, black rat snakes in the toilet, that sort of thing. But we run a nonprofit, it's called Raptor Rescue. Okay. And we go out and we do hawk calls and we see if there's an injury. If there is, we'll take it to the vet. And if there's not, we'll put them back up in the tree, whatever's needed.
Say it again.
About asking what's your thoughts on birds aren't real?
Yeah. Say to Michael. I am really curious. I really want this to be a thing. Go ahead.
Okay, Michael, are birds real?
Birds bleed blood.
Are birds real, though?
Birds are real.
Because
there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I shoot so many pigeons, they fall out of the rafters, they're dead. And then I feed them to my snakes, they're real.
But when the vultures are sitting on the cell towers and they're downloading their data, how do you explain that? How do you explain that? Jeremy?
I don't cut them open. I've never seen the inside of a vulture.
But, I mean, could they make bloody cameras, though? I mean, that could be a thing.
What if some of the birds aren't real?
Leave it in the comments. Are birds real?
Like, what if the government was so perfect at making something that works so well that they could fool so many people, and they've got drone birds mixed in with real birds so that we can't tell which one's the drones and which one's the real bird?
Birdsaren'treal.com.
Someone said they were re-downloading the app specifically because
I saw that. I saw that. Every time you spin it, the GIFs look like that.
He's putting a mic on. He's not taking his pants off.
I'm putting myself together so that I can be impressive.
Hey, Michael, I need you to put some perspective on this video.
Hey, let's put perspective. I'm all about perspective. Like, perspective is huge.
I was asked specifically to put together this video because this is kind of an imperative time for what you're about to see.
This time of the year is important because the branchers, baby hawks, islets, ibises, branchers, and now they're able to fly, so they can actually support flight.
It's a big bird.
It's really cool because now we don't have to worry about being called out for branchers that fall out of the tree. There's nothing wrong with them. They just hit the ground and they're not strong enough to get back up in the nest on their own. So they need us to help them.
How would someone tell if a bird is actually struggling and injured? You know, like what do you tell the people that call us on a daily basis?
So, well, first off, the right answer is you just don't know. One of the first things that we like to ask customers is, look, get your video out, get your phone out, and walk up to within 3 feet of it. If it can fly off on its own, there's nothing wrong with it. There's a lot of reasons why a hawk would be on the ground just sitting there. It just finished eating a meal, it caught something and it still has it in its grasp, just wanted to be there for a second because it was chasing something but it missed it, and oftentimes they'll just sit there and just kind of chill for a minute, an hour. But if you're videoing it and you walk right up to it within 3 feet of it, it's going to do one or two things. If it flips over on its back and puts its wings up, you know something's wrong. If it flies off, then there's nothing wrong. Leave it alone. If it just sits there kind of stupid, then it could be a brancher because they're not scared of us. They don't know to be scared. They can't fly yet, but they're not hurt. And then the other way is some birds of prey that are hurt, that are really hurt, they just look sickly, like they're kind of moping, you know, the wings are drooping, they're limping on one foot, or one eye is closed. There's a lot of ways you can tell it looks sick. Mostly just video it, get up within 3 feet. This is 3 feet.
I mean, how worried do I have to be about like a hawk just like attacking me, you know?
A hawk will not attack you. A hawk is scared of you. Even an eagle is not going to attack you. They're afraid of you. They're going to want to fly away and move away. Don't try to grab it. Don't try to kick it. Don't try to push it. Video it and walk up on it and see what it does. If it flies away, it's fine.
Going fishing?
Let's go fishing. Let's go catch a hawk.
Do you know what type of hawk this is? Any clue?
I bet it's a young red-tailed hawk. Might want to lock that.
Okay.
You see that in front of us? You see that in front of us?
No, I don't.
There's a hawk nest in that tree right yonder. So there's a hawk nest right there. Yeah, I saw the slice as soon as we pulled up.
You saw the what?
Slice. That's called slice.
What do you mean slice?
The white all over the ground.
The bird poop?
Hawk poke.
Is that one?
Do you see it, Cole?
Yeah.
The baby hawk? That's an eastern red bat. The hawks catch them every once in a while.
I figured that's why it was there.
Well, you guys got a really cool ecosystem going.
No,
Yeah, that's an eastern red bat.
What's the sitch?
Well, there's a baby hawk on the gas thing right on the other side of the house there. I'm just trying to figure out where we're going to put him. So we're going to have to put him up in a tree because the World Bird Sanctuary won't take branchers because there's nothing wrong with them. So I've got two options. I can try to get him up into that tree over there, or we can put him up on the roof over here where the shade is. One or the two. Maybe that lower limb over there.
If you want, I mean, to be honest, our neighbor was the one that called you. So I mean, I don't even know. Like, we just didn't want the hawk to be hurt, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's its brother right there.
What do we got here?
So it's a young, I want to say it's a broadwing hawk. It's too little to be a red tail, and it's too big to be a red-shouldered. It's one of those intermediate beautios. Without the parent bird, it's hard to say when they're like that size. They all look the same to me. I mean, even for a male red tail, it's too little, you know. So yeah, we need to get him up high. There's nothing wrong with him. He's just branching and he fell out of the tree, that's all. The very best place would be to put him in that little shady spot right there so
on our roof.
so the parents can feed him. No? Okay.
I mean, I hear you, but like,
Then-
not when we're walking in and out all day, and I got a 4-year-old.
Sure, no problem.
But yeah.
Yeah, I just need to get him up high so that the parent bird can take care of it. I mean, he's ready to fly. Is it a 12-foot ladder? Or is it an A-frame? Is it the extendable kind?
Yeah.
Let me look at it real quick. Okay, little buddy, you need to, you're gonna need to go to a better place, all right? It's all right, let's be okay. Yeah, it's not a red tail, and it's not a red-shouldered hawk. Could be a red-shouldered hawk.
Let's see all the identification markers on it real quick. This is all we got them in here. You guys can argue about it in the comments.
I think it might be a broadwing hawk. So it does have a barred tail, like that could come out to be a red-shouldered hawk. Usually red-shouldered hawks have a sharper pullover on the beak. But he does have a lot of rust colors in him. If I could see a parent bird, I could identify it pretty easily.
So is he gonna stay up here then, as you know, until like he's flying, or
I don't know. He can probably fly now.
we just haven't been on a brancher call before?
You haven't, no.
Yeah, I haven't. Correction.
That's why they call them branchers. What? Nothing? There's nothing wrong with him. So this time of the year, it's called branching.
Yeah.
So they jump around a lot.
Nothing.
I need one of these for my car.
So I.
People put those on their buses all the time.
Yeah.
See, that could totally fit in my little car.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
I almost fell off my roof trying to.
I put my Christmas lights up, and so I just carry this on this level here.
Oh,
and
that's
then I get to my
perfect.
second level. It's super,
Yeah.
super light and handy.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with him. He's just a dumb young hawk.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he's wild.
But yeah.
Well, thanks for doing that.
Oh, no problem. I mean, we come out and make sure if there is anything wrong with them, we'll take them to the World Bird Sanctuary because they have a very good avian vet there. But he's just young, dumb, and trying to figure out the world.
Yeah.
He's big enough to be moving around. When he gets hungry, he'll make a screaming kind of call, and so the parent bird will come to him and feed him. So that's proof Paul is, Wildlife Command Center.
So Michael says that this is a tail feather from a red-shouldered hawk. So that'd be the
That's
parent bird.
definitely a tail feather from a red-shouldered hawk.
This you?
So we make our living rescuing people from wild animals, like squirrels in the attic, bats in the house, black rat snakes in the toilet, that sort of thing. But we run a nonprofit. It's called Raptor Rescue, and we go out and we do hawk calls, and we see if there's an injury. If there is, we'll take it to the vet, and if there's not, we'll put them back up in the tree, whatever's needed.
If you guys have bat issues, we can also help out with that in the future.
You know, I will
We
say.
can't save that one. He's already gone.
Oh, you know what? We'll take it because we have a way to dispose of it.
Okay, all right.
Scenario. They see it back
Scenario.
They see it back on the ground again in 2 hours.
Then
leave
it's a really, really dumb young hawk. When they fall out of the nest and they're younger than that, they almost never will stay in the tree. But he can fly, actually. If he really, really had to, he could fly. Like if he was scared enough and we chased him, we put enough pressure on him, he would have flown. Or if I would have thrown him up, he would have flown to the top of a roof somewhere. So he can definitely move around. He's already changed positions once from where I put him. If he falls out again, then leave him. You know,
So I was like, why is he on my gas line?
because that's the highest place he could jump up to. You know, because that is a nice little. It looked like a limb, kind of. You know.
Okay, that makes
So
sense. I
he's
was
like, oh, I can jump up that high.
yeah. My
But
buddy
if
said-
nothing's threatening him and nothing's bothering him, the parent bird will come and he'll be hungry. He'll call for the parent bird, and the parent bird will try to coax it up,
right.
you know, to get it back up. That size right there, they can make it to the top of a fence, and then once they make it to the fence, they can make it to a low-hanging limb somewhere or to a roof. Once they make it to the roof, they can make it to a tree. You know,
Right.
they're just branching. That's just like that one up there. They're learning how to fly from one of those bigger branches to the other bigger branches.
Mhm.
Sometimes they miss. Sometimes the wind's blowing and it blows them off course, and so they miss the next branch by a foot, and so they go all the way to the ground. They helicopter down. You know, they put their wings out. They don't really know what they're doing yet. All right, let's go on to the next adventure.
Okay.
Watch our YouTube channel. Do you like jumpy lemurs? Have you ever heard of King Julian, Madagascar?
Just never seen it.
Oh, that's a good one.
We've seen it Frozen about 7,000 times. That's about it.
Yeah. All right. Y'all have a great day.
Welcome
So-
back. Hold on. This is the end of the video. You can't just go into it now. You got to say, okay, well, yeah.
So you know, one of the reasons why I wanted to put this video out now, though, is because we've had so many comments about, why don't you just put it back in its nest? Well, we do. Like, we put a bunch of them back in their nests. But when we have to take one, we have to take it and then get it help. There's a reason for that. But this video will show you how difficult it is to try to get one back in the nest. It's not an easy thing.
Yeah, especially when you have the YouTube car and you don't have a ladder.
Exactly. But the other thing is getting them to stay in the tree. Like, I'm sure we'll get a good video of it eventually where we put one back in the nest and it flies right back out and hits the ground again. So it's like, how many times do you try to put it up there and let it fall down to the ground again? I mean, like, if we did that, then we'd have a whole list of comments. People are like, why do you keep putting it back in the nest? It keeps jumping out and falling to the ground. Duh, I know that.
And like that
You know?
owl, we had to take that owl not only because it had little injury, but it was in a yard with dogs.
Both of the owls were in yards with dogs.
And so that's also why,
Yeah.
because it's not a safe environment for them to be at.
Yeah, and if it's not safe, it's not safe. I don't care how many people whine and cry and say, we should give it back with the parents care. The parents don't care. Man, this is the natural world. The parents are like, oh, thank God, one last mouth to feed, and I've got more resources for the other birds, the other babies. I mean, come on, you got to think about the natural world here. This is not daycare, where mom doesn't show up at 5 o'clock and everybody freaks out because the baby doesn't have a mom.
Okay, we grew up on Disney movies, okay? Sue us, you know?
Birds are real?
They are real. Can you stop playing Pokemon Go for like 6 seconds?
Well,
Gotta catch them all.
I'm trying to catch them all. Our fans and subscribers love Pokemon Go.
Who are you?
You
So
know?
does Michael.
I do.
I know. Can you do me a favor and just thank them for watching and tell them to subscribe
can.
and hit the? Can we do that?
I can.
Okay.
I
Oh
can.
my god.
Hey guys, appreciate y'all watching. Play Pokemon Go. For real, man, we have a lot of fun. We goof around a lot. I do appreciate, oops, I hit my mic.
Yeah, you did.
I appreciate deeply everybody that takes the time to be entertained, watch the videos. I really, really appreciate everybody that hits that subscribe button, turns on that notification bell, and then gives us a big thumbs up. I'm amazed at how many thumbs up we get. And I don't know if you noticed or not, but if you're mean and rude, I delete your comment. And if you're nice, then we talk about it. And if you ask me a legitimate, intelligent question, I spend the time to answer it. If you didn't know, now you do.
Well, what a wonderful outro.
Right?
Till next time. On an unrelated side note, I am working on a Q&A video with Michael, so if you have any questions about anything that Michael does, the Wildlife Command Center, leave it down below, and it could be included in the next video that we create.
Yes.